Today, we are flying Virgin Atlantic's premium economy from JFK to London Heathrow and letting you know what you can expect and whether it's even worth the upgrade. It's time for a little seat tour.
That might have been one of the best flights I've ever had.
The real question is, Lucy, did you get any sleep last night?
It's time for an Amenity Kit tour.
We've got our review checklist and we're rating everything out of 5 stars. Let's get into it.
Check-in.
Now, there's not much to write home about, but here's what you get. A dedicated priority lane for check-in and priority baggage, which just basically means that your bag should hypothetically be one of the first bags on the carousel when you arrive to your destination. But unfortunately, I forgot about this part, so we just checked our bags ourselves, but we did get to use this cool little machine that scanned our bag. Not really sure why, but it felt very futuristic.
It's so empty.
No one wanted to take the red eye today.
Your ticket doesn't come with any sort of special line for security, and even though we have TSA pre-check, that line closes at 9 o'clock.
All done.
Check-in was noticeably friendly, smooth, easy, so it gets 4 stars in my book.
I'd say that check-in was a really simple, easy process. That security line, though, a little rough. If you're taking a red eye, maybe get here a little earlier than we did.
Lounge access?
Unfortunately, with your ticket, there is no lounge access, which is pretty standard for premium economy, but I would love to see this change in the future. Luckily, we got into the Chase Lounge, though, with one of our credit card perks unrelated to our ticket. But this is probably a good time to let you know how much we paid for these tickets.
I gotta say, I'm pretty proud of this points redemption because these tickets were only 10,500 Virgin Atlantic points and only $103 in taxes and fees. Pretty unbeatable if you ask me, but if you're not into points and that all went over your head, I get it. So just to let you know, these tickets range anywhere from $700 to $1,300 one way, depending on the season.
Hard to rate the lounge because there isn't one included, so 0 stars.
Boarding.
I am happy to say that we were some of the first people to board the plane right after business class. And stepping into the cabin, you can tell Virgin Atlantic is all about their scarlet color. You may notice that the coloring is kind of red during some of our filming. I guess what makes for a great ambiance isn't necessarily the best for filming, but don't worry, it gets better towards the end of the video. They came around with our welcome drinks. We had to get a little glass of champagne to commemorate the moment because we were about to embark on a wild journey throughout the UK. So if you want to follow along, don't forget to subscribe. Boarding was about as good as it gets, 4 out of 5 stars.
Amenity Kit tour.
It's time for an Amenity Kit tour, or as they call it here, a goodie bag tour. It's pretty cute. That is the brightest colored face mask. Nothing says Virgin Atlantic like this. Got some socks. These are so bright colored. It's kind of iconic. To be honest, they're not the softest socks. This kind of just feels like mesh material that would perhaps go on top of a tent. No hate though. A nice little biodegradable toothbrush, toothpaste. Only one more thing, earplugs. And that's it. I kind of expected like chapstick, but I think you have to pay for first class to get chapstick. It was just a basic kit, nothing too fancy, 2 out of 5 stars.
Wait, what's the seat like?
It's time for a little seat tour. It's incredibly quiet in here. I'm gonna try to keep my voice down. People are trying to sleep. Where to start? I think the first thing you'll notice is how massive the screen is. Really large and bright display. Really happy about that as someone who loves to watch movies on flights. There's a little place here to put your drinks, which is nice, but you might notice that there's no tray table in the seat in front of you, but luckily they put it right here. Easy peasy. Now here's the real test and why most of y'all are probably even gonna buy this seat is how far this goes. I almost feel bad with how far back this is going, but this will be nice when I'm trying to sleep. I'm gonna put it back up for right now. That goes back really far.
It's hard to tell in the video how far back these seats go, but trust me when I say it goes back plenty. There's also a generous amount of legroom and every seat comes with a footrest. The only thing I didn't love about this seat is just that it felt a little narrow at times. I'd give this 4 out of 5 stars.
Dinner service!
We're only about 40 minutes into this flight. Food's already here. You wanna do the pleasures, Lou?
Because I have to get a gluten-free meal. It came out first. It is piping hot.
10 out of 10 for heat. Before we dig in, I just have to show you the cutest part. Aviation salt and pepper shakers. I got a caprese salad, a little roll. I feel like these things are always called something ridiculous like, OMG, it's gluten-free. I feel like being gluten-free is all just a funny joke to the world. A little cheese board with some grapes and apricot. For the main event, salmon with mashed potatoes, spinach, asparagus, and I'm not sure what that sauce is. Let's give it a try. Folks, I have to report something. It is not salmon, although it does look like it. It is chicken, which makes a lot more sense for a flight to not be serving salmon. It's just pink chicken. It's definitely cooked though. That tasted just like Thanksgiving dinner. Actually tastes really good. It's probably the best airline food bite I've ever had. I need to figure out what this sauce is though. Please hold. I think it's trying to be barbecue sauce. I'm gonna avoid that. That is excellent. That is really, really good. I'm really not that hungry, so I'm skipping to dessert. It's pretty good.
I'm personally feeling a little stuffed from the food that we had at the lounge, so I decided to skip the dinner service. Gonna try to get some sleep though. Oh, I have glasses on. Gonna try to get some sleep though.
Dinner was surprisingly good, but still just airline food, and also probably concerning that I thought my chicken was salmon, so 3 out of 5 stars.
Compared to economy, I'd say that these seats were a lot easier to fall asleep in, but probably just as hard to stay asleep in. I was still waking up about every 20 to 30 minutes, but it was a lot easier to find a comfortable position.
The bathroom tour you didn't need.
Let's do a little bathroom tour. Nothing special, but good lighting. Let's see what products we have. Little lotion, body wash. Who's washing their body in this sink? I don't know. One nice feature is this is a private bathroom for premium economy, so it's a nice elevated touch.
2 out of 5 stars because it was just your standard bathroom, but no one was in it because it was reserved for our section.
Breakfast.
Okay, we only have an hour and a half left of our flight. They just served us our breakfast. Smells great. We got a little sausage, bacon, potato. Luckily, they were able to change out our yogurts for dairy-free yogurts, which is honestly great. We love this brand. Harmless Harvest. This is like premier yogurt. Lucy saw on the menu that there were oat lattes, so we're gonna give this a try too. Cheers. It's good. I'd say it's really sweet, but tasty. That's exactly what you want from a breakfast sausage. I feel like breakfast is typically the thing that nobody gets excited about when they're serving on an airplane, but honestly, if I got served this again, I would be perfectly content.
They definitely get some bonus points here for having some bougie yogurt and oat milk lattes. 4 out of 5 stars for breakfast.
Okay, the real question is, Lucy, did you get any sleep last night?
I would guess probably a total of 2 hours. What about you?
I was gonna guess maybe 3 hours for me. I mean, we were shutting our eyes for a solid 4.
That's true.
How much sleep we got in between there, I have no idea.
I'll check my Whoop band when we get off the plane.
My fitness tracker said I got 2 hours and 43 minutes of sleep, so a little better than I thought.
Customer service.
Okay, this has never happened to us on a flight before, but we just got goodie bags.
And we got little mugs to remember the flight by.
This has been the best service I've ever had on a flight, period. Even better than when we flew first class together to Paris last year.
Our flight attendant, Veshi, is one of those people who, like, you could just genuinely tell was, like, made for this job and loves his job. He's just been so sweet. Customer service alone, just from all of the team here, makes me want to fly this again, don't you think?
Virgin Atlantic definitely gets my stamp of approval for most friendly customer service. By far. Oh, the camera's moving. Let's see what's in our goodie bag. And more. We're hyping you up right now. And we just got some more fun goodies. Oh, Bloody Mary potato chips. Now that's interesting. We're gonna have to try those later. I don't know where this is all gonna fit in our bag. My bag's overflowing already.
I'm also obsessed that the whole crew refers to you as love. Would you like some coffee or tea, love? We are giving customer service our first 5 stars.
Was it worth it?
As always, it depends on how much you're paying for this ticket.
Having also flown American Airlines Premium Economy, where our biggest complaint was the lack of service, this customer service on Virgin Atlantic was next level, and we would have said that even if we didn't get those little goodie bags.
How decent this food was and how far back our seats reclined were two of the most pleasantly surprising features of this ticket.
The biggest drawbacks were just that the seat felt pretty narrow, the pillow and the headphones were kind of a joke, but given the chance, I would love to fly Virgin Atlantic Premium Economy again.
So, should you upgrade your ticket? Truthfully, we wouldn't pay more than $500 for these seats. And given the fact that these seats typically range from $700 to $1,300, I don't think the cash value is worth it. However, if you find a flight deal like we did for points or with cash, then I would absolutely say that these seats are worth the upgrade.
That might have been one of the best flights I've ever had.
Thank you for watching. We will see you in the next one, and YouTube thinks you're gonna like this video right here.